A very good morning to all of you. 8B, welcome to the physics class. Hope you all are fine, children. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 8B, yesterday we were talking about lesson 16, that is light, and in that we were talking about an important topic, and that is the defect of vision. Yes, what defects we can have of the vision. Yesterday we discussed about the introduction of the topic, and we also talked about short-sightedness or myopia. Right? I told you that why it happens, what is the reason behind it, and explained you that what is the meaning of it. Short-sightedness, I told you that you can see the nearby object, that but there was a problem in seeing the far off object. Yes, and the correction, how can we correct it? What can be done to correct it? Which lens was used?
Concave lens.
Yes, correct. Now, we are going to talk about the other topic, and that is the long-sightedness. Can anyone tell? It's the opposite, complete opposite of what we have done. Can anyone tell? Long-sightedness, what do you mean by it?
We can see far off objects clearly, but not the nearby objects.
Very good. Yes, correct. You can see the far off object. Long sightedness, that means for a length, if anything is kept at a distance, you can see it clearly. But the problem arises when it comes to seeing the objects or the things that are kept nearby. Yes, so that is why this is called long sightedness or hypermetropia. Yes, as you can see the heading written, that is long-sightedness, or there's other name for it, and that is hypermetropia. Now, so please, again, as we did yesterday, just take a pencil in your hand and underline the first. A person can see far-off object clearly, but cannot see nearby objects with clarity. Please underline this. Now, yesterday when we talked about the lens, what was the problem? Why was the problem taking place? The lens was getting
Thickened.
thicker, and here, since it's opposite, so here the problem is taking or arising because of the thinning of the lens. It's not of the thickening, but because of the thinning of the lens, and that means the ciliary muscles are, the ciliary muscles are, yesterday the ciliary, yes, the ciliary muscles were contracting, and now here it is arising, the problem is arising because the ciliary muscles are not contracting, they are relaxing, you can say. Fine. So let's talk about it. Now it happens because of the because of the ciliary muscles again, and the thinning of the lens. Yes, when the thinning of the lens take place, there is a problem, and because of that the person is unable to see. Now there, if you remember the last case, what was happening? The image formation was taking place where? Where was the image formation taking place, children?
Before the
If yesterday
retina.
you remember. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and now again come to the second diagram where you have the problem and its correction. Just see that here it is taking behind the retina. Yes, again, it is not, the image formation is not taking place on retina, but it is taking place behind it. And just have a look at the diagram. Can you see? Again, the same, the object remains the same, that is the man. And if you see, the image formation of that takes place behind the retina. Can you see it? Can you observe it? Yes or
Yes, ma'am.
no? Yes. Just wait just a minute. Let me shut the door. The door has got open. Please wait. Yes, fine. So it is taking place behind. And for this, what we can do, again take a pencil and underline. This defect is usually caused by the weakness of the ciliary muscles due to the conditions such as aging. Fine. Please underline this. In the second paragraph, you can see the last three lines. This defect is usually caused by weakness of the ciliary muscles due to the conditions such as aging. Please underline this. Now, again the opposite, which type of lens we are going to use to correct the defect? There we used in the first
Concave
case,
lens.
concave. And now here we are going to use which lens?
Convex.
Convex, because it's a converging lens. And similarly, you can see that the defect can be in the diagram. Just have a look that the image formation, the convex lens you have taken, again you're going the convex lens you're going to wear on your eyes. It is not going to be fitted inside. So when you wear it, that is why it is given before the diagram of the eye. So you take it, and here you see that the rays which were coming parallel, yes, they get converged, and then you can see that the image formation which was taking place behind the retina, now it is corrected and it is taking place on the retina, which we actually wanted. The image formation has to take place on retina for the clear vision. So again, just the opposite of what we did yesterday. This is long-sightedness, where a person is able to see the objects which are kept far off from him or her, but unable to see the nearby objects. Then this arises because of the thinning of the lens. And this defect, in this defect, what happens? The formation of the image takes place quickly
Behind the retina.
behind the retina. Yes, behind the retina, and this defect can be corrected by using which lens?
Convex.
Convex lens. And by using convex lens, since it's a converging lens, it converges the rays, the parallel rays, and the image formation properly takes place on the retina. So any problem till here, children, in this? Yes or no? Yes or no, children? Waiting for your answer to proceed.
No, ma'am.
Yes, children. Yes? Can you tell? Is it okay? Fine. So let's move on to the next topic, and that is the third topic that is written on the board, that is astigmatism. Astigmatism is another. Now here you've seen, as I have told you yesterday, in Hindi we call it nikat drishti dosh, dur drishti dosh, yes, or you can say dur ki nazar kamzor hai, paas ki nazar kamzor hai. Similarly, now these were the defects which were caused due to the distance, yes, and because of the non-formation, non-proper image formation on the retina. Either it was taking place before or it was taking place behind the retina. So these defects can be corrected. Now we move on to the another type of defect, that is astigmatism. So again, just have a look here. It's a Here also it's a defect, and the defect is caused because the rays, they cannot focus at one point. Now if you remember the ray diagrams when we were discussing about it, we said that they have to focus on one point, and there the image formation takes place. Now in this case, here we see that it is not able to focus on any one place, and when it is not able to focus on one place, when it is scattered, the vision will be which type? How the vision will be? If the image, you can say the sharp image is not being formed, which type of image formation will take place, children? It will be blur, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
It will be blur image. That means the image will not be clear. You can have an idea that yes, ye kuch aisa lag raha hai. When you see, it is, I mean, when not of course you, when the person suffering from such a defect, if the person observes any object, it will be like ऐसा दिख रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये है, but the person is not able to clearly observe, clearly tell that what it is, or the image of which object is being formed. So it is because of not because the rays cannot focus at one point. So let's talk about it as I mean, underline, take a pencil in your hand and a line. In an astigmatic eye, light fails to come to a single focus on the retina to produce a clear vision. Instead, multiple focus points occur. Please underline this so that you can remember. This is important about astigmatism. Done? Done, children? Underlined?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now just again have a look on the diagram. Just see. Now you can see that here in the picture, in the diagram, in the third diagram, the defect one, the diagram that is showing the defect. There you can see that the parallel rays they move and see they are not able to focus. See in the previous two they were the image formation was taking place, but the place was wrong. But here in the third one you see that the rays are not able to focus at any one point. Just see. Yes, the rays are not able to focus, and because of that, the image formation is improper. And in the second case, where you can see lens, a cylindrical lens that is used before the eye, and this is going to correct this defect. And here you see that then when the parallel rays move and they move to the when they fall on the lens, they are focusing at a point and the image formation is taking place on the retina. Just have a look. So a cylindrical lens focuses, please underline the last line, the cylindrical lens focuses light into a line instead of a point. So in a proper manner, it is being focused and the image formation is taking place properly. So these are the defects and these are the corrections of some of the defects of vision. Again, I repeat, long-sightedness, short-sightedness, and third one is astigmatism. Any problem till here, children? Please be quick in saying yes or no because we have to do a lot of work. Yes? Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the next one, the next one is cataract. Cataract. Have you ever heard about cataract? What is it called in Hindi? Can anyone tell me?
Motiabind.
Yes. Who is it? Please tell your name.
Ma'am Ashita.
Ashita. Very good. You are correct. It is called Motiabind in Hindi, and you must have seen that this defect actually occurs because of the problem of aging. Yes. Now see, as we grow up, there are multiple problems that occur in our body. Yes, and many of the time it is because of the improper functioning or the non-functioning of the body organs. The same way, now you see that the lens that is present. Okay, what is the lens made up of? Something that we have done in previous classes. What is our lens? The eye lens made up of?
Protein.
Yes,
Protein.
correct. It is. Yes, yes. Good, good. You remember. So it is made up of protein, children, and see when it is replaced. Understand? It is replaced because of the improper functioning of the lens which was actually naturally given by us to God. Understand? So this happens because of the problem of aging. With the age, as it increases, as it goes on increasing, the organs in our body, they can suffer improper functioning, or sometimes they do not function properly. Yes, or they do not function at all. So when they do not function, we cannot do. So same way, our eye is an important organ, and the lens which is present in it also starts not functioning properly, and then in this case the lens has to be replaced. So actually, now what is the problem that arises during the cataract? That a person is unable to see the clear vision. The person is not able to have a clear vision. That means the image formation is a little blurred. The distorted vision is there. You cannot see a sharp image of the object. So this is the problem, and it is because of aging. So just underline. In this condition, the lens become cloudy and a person cannot see the objects clearly. So what can be done? What can be done? This problem can be treated surgically. That means the operation you have to undergo. I mean, not you. The person has to undergo operation, surgery, and in surgery, what has to be done? Which lens will be removed? Which lens will be removed, children? The original lens of our eye has to be removed and it has to be replaced by a new one or the artificial one. And again, the person can see clearly. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So, is there any problem till here, children? These were the defects that we have talked about. Any problem, any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
now we are going to do. Okay, now we are going to do another important topic we are going to talk about, and be ready with your pencils if you're not ready till now, because there you have to make a note of something like on which the whole topic depends. Now here you see an activity on page number 198. You can see a bird. Which bird is it? This shows how many of you have the book in front of you. Which bird do you see on page number 198?
Parrot.
Parrot. You can see a parrot, fine. And what other thing do you see there?
A cage.
A cage. Okay. Correct, it's a cage. So now, first I'll tell you that what is the, yes, okay, I've got your answer, child. Yes. Now, first I'll tell you that what is the activity, and then I'll tell you the reason behind it, and then I'll tell you the scientific reason behind it. Fine, because that is not mentioned in your book. So that is why I told you to be ready with the pencil so that you can write that why it is happening or why it is taking place. See, what you do is, as it is shown in the activity itself, just take a cardboard, you cut it in a circle shape, in a round shape, and you paste the picture of a parrot or any other bird on that. Fine. And on the other side, again you paste a white paper, and on that you paste a picture of the cage. You can also draw it because it's just an activity. Then you just put a thread or a wire or a string, you attach it on both ends as you see in Rakhi. Yes? Yes? Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you start rotating it with the speed. Fine. So when you start doing this, now on one side, what do you have? On one side of the circular, this circle cardboard, what do you have? The picture of a parrot. And on the other side, what do you have? The picture of a
Cage.
cage. Now, when you start rotating that the thread or the string that you've attached to it, what happens when you start rotating it? The pictures, both the pictures or both the like the cardboard piece, I mean, they also start getting rotated. And during this rotation, when it is very fast, you observe that the birds, you can see that the bird is moving. You can see the bird moving, or you can see the bird is now present in the cage. You had two different pictures. Yes, and when you start moving it very quickly, then you see the bird inside the cage. Yes, so this is about the activity. Now, why it is happening, why it is taking place. Can anyone tell? Okay, I'll tell you. So what you will do is, first thing is on the activity where it is written, let's try. Please write down the heading persistence of vision. Persistence of vision. Persistence. Persistence of vision. Vision. Persistence. Persistence of vision. Quickly write down. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now all of you just listen very carefully. Very carefully. See, when we see any object, whenever we see any object, like supposing I observe this my pencil box, then I observe my this pencil, then I observe my mobile, I observe this water bottle. Fine. How many objects did I observe right now?
4.
Four. Now remember children that when we see an object, it's not that the image of that object vanishes. Like I have seen this, it's not that all of a sudden as I see and I remove it, the image vanishes. It's not like that. It stays there for some time. By the word persistence, persistence means that stays for some time. Yes, like if a disease, you are taking medicines for it, but as soon as you stop taking medicines, it's still there. So you say the disease is persisting, this problem is persisting. Persisting means it stays. The same way the image persists for 1/16th of a second. 1 by 16th of a second, very small time, of 1 second 16th part. Are you understanding this? It stays there for such a duration of time. And if before that, if 3, 4, 5, 6 objects are passed through your eyes, or they are shown to you one by one, like that, then since the image persisted of the first object, and before that it ended or before that it vanished, you have shown the second. Before that the second ended or vanished, you have shown the third. So what happens that our eyes, it takes them as image one by one and it takes it as moving. So these actually appear to you as moving in front of you, because the image of the first is still there and you've shown the second. Second is still there and you've shown the third. So it's like it persists, and the object or the pictures that you see one by one, they appear to be moving. And this is the concept of the movies also. Movies, they are actually pictures, and these pictures, they are arranged. Initially we are talking about, these pictures are arranged in such a manner that when so many pictures are shown to you one by one, it appears to be moving, and we say picture chal rahi hai. Yes, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will just write down the heading and then you will write it persists for 1 by 16th of a second. It persists for 1 by 16th of a second, and if it is shown faster than this time, then the objects appear to us as moving. So this is how, children, we have come to the end of today's class. Next topic we will be taking, and that is visual impairment. Hopefully that will be the last topic of this chapter. So till we meet again, take care of yourselves, and in case you find any problem in what we have discussed, please keep posting your problems. Take care of yourselves, children. Bye bye.